Hello friends, welcome back. In this session, we will understand the string literal and string objects with Rust. It's going to be a very interesting string set of operations that we are going to see, and all of them are easy to understand. When it comes to Rust, a string is classified into two types. Okay, so one is the string literal and another one is the string object. What is the difference, sir? How does it work? It's going to be very easy when you see with an example. Let's go with string literals first. When you know the value for the string, that is, the content of the string is clearly available during the compile time, we can go with string literal options. String literals will have the group of characters assigned to a variable. I am going to assign a group of characters to a variable, and during compile time I'll have that in hand. For an instance, I have a string literal by name string example and I assign Sachin Tendulkar to it. And this is a simple example where I know the value, that is the content for the particular string during the compilation time. Well, as ever, I give you an example and that example would make you understand things better. And now see that in the function main, I use let, and this is very common and we have been using it for a long time now. Let batsman at ampersand string, this colon is important as well, ampersand str equal to Sachin Tendulkar. Now let genius colon ampersand str equal to is a born genius. Now what is this? This is the way we need to go with string literal. Now when I printed println with an exclamation mark, the fact is I have got two things to be printed here, batsman and genius. So I have got two curly braces. I put batsman comma genius. So what should be printed? Sachin Tendulkar is a born genius. That's all. I assign the value to the string during the compilation time. That's it. That's called string literal. Now when I run it, you can see that string.exe, when I compile it, I got string.exe, and when I run string.exe, I get the fact is Sachin Tendulkar is a born genius. That's all. You have the value during compile time. I call it string literal. That's it. Now what is string object? Well, this is something new and something very interesting, and this is one of the different features that we have when we compare it with C or C++. This can be used to represent string values that are provided during the runtime. Understand the difference between compile time and runtime is coming explicit here. In the previous case, we had compile time content, and in this case, we have runtime content. Well, where do we have this? We have this completely residing in the heap. We have got two very important methods that we need to understand. One is string new, you can see that here. Another one is string from. So what is it? I can have the creation from an empty string using new. This is something new. The name itself says, right? It's like C++ where we create using new. Something very similar to it. We have got new here, and for creation of an empty string, this helps. And from, I create a string from some other available content already. I create something from something. That is better to understand with an example. So I'm going to teach you an example. Let's go ahead and learn the example. Let new underscore string equal to string new. Now you can see that I have not assigned anything to it. It is new. It is new. Now what do? I am going to see the length of it. I am going to understand what is the length of the newly created string. What it should be? It should be 0. So I have not got any value assigned to it. I have not got any value moved to it, and I have created a new string. That's all. Now how am I going to measure the length? I am going to measure the length with println. Can we see the length? New underscore string, that's the name of the string, new underscore string dot len. Dot len will get you the length. Now what do? I am going to use from option. I am going to use the from option. How do we use it? Let copy underscore string equal to string from Sachin is God. What do you mean by that? I am copying from Sachin is God of cricket. This is the source now, and this source is going to be used in the string. So I'm going to use it as the source. I'm taking it from. So what do? Now we are going to print the length of the string. So println exclamation mark length is copy underscore string dot len. So what will I get? I'll get the length of this string. So this is from and this is new. When you create it new, you do not have any space allocated for it. I mean, it will not occupy any character space. But when you move it from something else, I'll get the length properly available for me. Can we run it? That's the next step. When I compile it, I get stringob.exe, and can we see the length? The first one, it is 0 because you know that I have not moved it from anything, and it is not from, it is new. The next one is 24 characters. That's all. The major difference between the string literals and the string objects is this. String literals are used during the compile time. The string objects are going to help you with the runtime content. That's a major difference, and understand it. Well, we have got a couple of more very important things that are to be understood. The first one is going to be the length. How do we find out the length of a string, sir? Very simple. If you use the method .len, and this gets you the length. For example, name equal to Sachin ruled Indian cricket. Println exclamation mark length is name.ln. Name is the name of the string, and when I use .len followed by it, I get the length of the string printed. You can see that here 27 characters are measured and it's given as the output. So what is the method that we need to use? We need to use len. That's all. It's very simple and easy to go ahead and write. Right. Next, what is the next thing that we are going to do? We are going to trim. What is trimming? Trimming can cut the leading and the trailing spaces. I have got leading space, I have got trailing space in my input string, and I need to cut that. I can go with trimming. Let's take an example as usual. Let long string equal to, I have got multiple spaces here. They are called leading spaces. Sachin Tendulkar is a Bharat Ratna, and I have got some trailing spaces out here. The non-trimmed version, I'm trying to find out the length right now. Long string dot len. This will get me the length of the non-trimmed version. This is non-trimmed. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to go ahead with trimming it. I'm going to go ahead with post trimming operation right now. I'll measure the length after trimming. But how do I do it? Very simple. Println the length is long string dot trim. This trim method will cut the characters, cut the white space, cut the spaces, trailing spaces as well as the leading spaces very clearly. And see the beauty here, long string dot trim dot length. I could combine multiple methods in one line. That's the beauty of Rust. It's really easy to use, and once you start using it, you will love it. This is the easiest of programming languages that somebody can learn as a beginner. Now what do we do? When we compile it, I get strapp.exe. When I run it, and not trimmed, the length is 45. Post trimming, the length is 33. That's all. This is called trimming operation, and this is one of the very important things that you should know when it comes to string operation. Well, we have got a couple of more examples which are very important for you to understand as well, and I'm going to close with that. We are going to use the term tokens from here. That's going to be pretty easy for you. Now the first one is going to be a split operation. I have got a string with name as name, and it has got input as Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar. Now what I want to do, I need to split it as Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar. See the way I put commas here, Sachin, Ramesh, Tendulkar, but still it's a single string. Now what do I do? For token in name dot split. See the way I have used the for loop. I'm yet to explain in loops. I'll do that later. But for now, just understand that I'm tokenizing it. Now I'll take Sachin, and Sachin will become the first token, token 1. I'll take Ramesh, Ramesh will become token 2. Tendulkar will become token 3. Now what do? We are going to print the token of 0, token of 1, token of 2. Just a vector. Now what are we going to do? Let tokens vector. I'll talk about it a little later. Now I'm just telling you how exactly we can go with it. Vector ampersand of str, and you can see that name dot split with double quote. Inside that we have comma and collect. Now what do? First name is token of 0. So we have already got token of 0 here. What is token of 0? Sachin. Token of 1 will be Ramesh. Token of 2 will be Tendulkar. This is called splitting. We split it. Now when we run it, token is Sachin, Ramesh, Tendulkar accordingly, and the first name is split as Sachin, Ramesh, and last name is Ramesh, company is Tendulkar. So I need to make it as first name, last name, and middle name accordingly. You give whatever name you want. That's not a big deal. Now the point is simple. Please understand these terms are called tokens. That's the only thing that I wanted you to understand here. And we are going to split right now. We are going to split. What we are going to do is we have just split an entire string into multiple smaller tokens. That's it. That's the easiest way that we have done. Now what we are going to do is we are going to split the white spaces. I have got white space. Sachin space, Tendulkar space, is space, God space is there, right? So I am going to remove Sachin. I am going to now understand that there is a white space. So I'll take Tendulkar now. There is another white space. I'll take is now. So likewise, I'm taking this, all these string. The entire string is going to be divided into multiple subtokens based on the white spaces. So how do I do it? I've got an input string by name Sachin Tendulkar is the god of the cricket, and to underscore string. You see the way I've used it. To underscore string. Now I use a mutable variable I equal to 1. Now for token in str dot split underscore white space token of I comma token. I is initiated as 1. This is just iteration again comma token. Now I plus equal to 1. So what will I do? I'll keep incrementing it. Every time when I see a white space, the split will happen. So Sachin is token 1, Tendulkar is token 2, is token 3, the god of cricket. So this split underscore white space will help me in identifying the white spaces and splitting it. I got a for loop here so that I can move it without any issue. We will learn more in this and I hope this is interesting. If you have any questions, please go ahead and type it in the comment section. If you like the channel and the content, kindly subscribe. Thank you.